Well, this is the new Hyundai Alcazar, a model that started its life out as a longer version of the Creta, but now in its new avatar promises to be a lot more than that. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you what's new in this vehicle, what's good, what's not. But more importantly, we'll also discuss how Hyundai has managed to price the petrol and diesel versions of the Alcazar beyond the base version, of course, at the same price. How has Hyundai managed to do that? Well, over the next few minutes, we'll find out all of these details. Now, talking about the design of the Alcazar, as you can see, it gets a major update in terms of design. It's not just an extension of Creta anymore. And well, a lot of people have said on social media that this looks like a larger extra, but it's not. You need to see it in flesh. It looks very different. This edge pattern LED DRLs look really classy. Even the LED DRL extends from one end to the other, accentuating the width of the vehicle. And I must mention this matte paint, it looks fabulous in flesh. Also up front, the rest of the design looks pretty neat. Nothing has been overdone. You'll see this dark metallic finish here, again done very tastefully. Even the lower part of the bumper, all the elements have been integrated very neatly, so it doesn't look loud. Once you move to the side, well, not a big change from the outgoing Alcazar, but you will definitely notice this new design of the alloy wheels. 18-inch fills up the wheel arches nicely and gives the side a very good dynamic character. And when you look at the back, again you get this H pattern tail lamp LED that runs from one end to the other. Also the lower part of the bumper with the skid plate, the dual exhaust, everything comes together well to give the Alcazar a nice, modern and a premium look. It does not look anymore just like an extension of Creta. It has a visual identity of its own and it looks quite dynamic. Now let's talk about the interior of the Alcazar. Now once you step inside the cabin, a lot of people you might have heard saying, well, this is just a different looking version of the Creta, but it's more than that. Yes, it's very similar to the Creta. The dashboard is same as the Creta, but the color of the dashboard is different. Rest, everything, the screen, the design, the layout remains the same. The next big change is here in the climate control buttons. Now in the Creta, while you have physical buttons, here what you have is a touch panel. So all of these buttons, the controls are the same, but they are now not physical buttons, they are touch integrated buttons. And the other change is that while the Creta has a metallic selector for the seat ventilation, here you get these different plastic buttons. So that is the key difference between the Creta's interior and the Alcazar up front. But beyond that, like the Creta, this also is a very feature-rich vehicle. There's this flat bottom steering wheel with all the controls related to the information display screens as well as the ADAS and telephone, music, all of that. You have paddle shifters, again given metallic finish, look premium. But of course this screen which integrates the instrument cluster and the infotainment together. So it looks nice, it gives the cabin a premium, expensive, rich feel. It's equipped with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It is a connected car, so you get all the connectivity features. You can access a lot of features using your smartphone. So all of that is carried forward. And of course, in terms of utility and space, it continues to be a very good vehicle. You've got lots of practical storage space in the door pockets. Here you have the wireless charging tray, then you have the cup holders here. Also, you've got a good amount of storage space in the driver armrest, which by the way is adjustable. So that's again a good thing. The glove box too is quite spacious, and you get this massive panoramic sunroof, which of course a lot of buyers will love. But keep in mind that this is only available in petrol. Diesel has no sunroof. Why is that? Just hang on and I'll tell you in a minute. Now, if you're buying the new Alcazar and the 6-seat version, well, this is the most important seat to talk about. Now, these captain seats to start with have a good amount of comfort. The cushioning is pretty much spot on for this price segment. And now you get these new features which include adjustable under thigh support and these side supports for the headrest. Now, when you combine all of this in terms of seating comfort, the new Alcazar offers a very good experience. Adding further to the comfort and convenience in this row is the fact that you get these foldable tabletops with a slot for your tablet if you want to get your office work done. These seats themselves are ventilated and you can use that ventilation function using this button here, again on the door panel. And you also have a blind in case you want more privacy. Beyond that, of course, these seats are adjustable. You can push them forward or back, and I can also change the angle of my backrest incline. Adjustable armrests. But one really new and cool feature in the Alcazar is the addition of these buttons. Now, using these buttons, I can very easily and conveniently liberate more leg room for me, so a lot more space. Of course, if you don't have someone sitting there, you don't want to squeeze them. And then, well, the Alcazar just transforms into a very, very comfortable vehicle. So if you're in the market looking out for a vehicle that is good to be chauffeur driven in and you can drive it yourself occasionally as well, I think the new Alcazar in the 6-seat version scores really well. Also, let's have a quick look at the last row of the seats and how comfortable is that. Now, how to get in and out? Well, one way of getting in is that you do this, push it forward, and then you get through this space. Not very comfortable. So I think the better option is that you basically just enter and walk through. Much easier. And once you do manage to get in here, well, like it is in all third row seats, the seat is quite low, so you have no thigh support. In terms of leg room, again, my knees are pressing against the seat. This one I just can't manage to get it in, so I have to keep it out. And yeah, headroom is okay. I've got an adjustable headrest, so that's a good thing. You've got even the fan blower control here, and you've got Type-C sockets on either end along with cup holders. In short, this is not a place where you would want to have adults sitting for a long time. Yes, short, quick urban trips should be okay, but the seat is best suited for kids. For any buyer who's getting into a 6 or 7 seat segment, well, boot space does make a big difference. Now, with the third row folded up, what you get here is 180 liters of boot space, which is not much, but yes, you can have 2 medium-sized bags placed here with ease. However, you can fold these seats, and when you do that, you can have either of them. You get a lot of space. And with this, you can see, well, I'm pretty much in. And if you are going to move just 4 people and you're going for a long weekend, there's a lot of space inside. Alright, now before we go ahead and tell you about the driving experience of the new Alcazar, please like this video, share it as well, and do subscribe to our channel. Press that little bell icon so that all of our effort in making those videos can reach to you on time. And let's talk about the driving experience of the new Alcazar. In terms of hardware, what you get is an option of 2 engines, a petrol and a diesel, the same as the ones you get with the Creta. So a 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine and a 1.5 litre diesel engine. In terms of transmission options, you've got the choice to pick between a manual and an automatic with both. So that's a good thing. But with the petrol, you get a DCT. With the diesel, you get a torque converter. And that's a 6-speed torque converter. Now, the one that we are driving today is the petrol with the DCT. And how's it to drive? Well, to start with, in terms of driving performance, in terms of power output or torque, nothing has changed from the Creta. It continues to be the same. Of course, some change has been made in terms of calibration to account for the additional weight, but beyond that, the overall performance characteristics remain the same. So it continues to be a peppy engine to drive and hence a peppy car to drive. Accelerates off the line pretty quick, very less turbo lag, and once you're driving it rapidly, it doesn't complain at all. Of course, if you're someone who drives the Creta regularly, then you'll be able to make that there's a slight difference in performance because this is heavier than the Creta, but the difference is so small that only if you've just driven the Creta a few minutes back, you'll be able to make it out. I have a Creta long-termer, I drive it every day, so that's why I'm able to make that out, but it's a very small difference. I don't think it will be more than half a second, but we'll do that test very soon. For now, it feels quick to drive. Highway speeds, you can reach up to triple-digit highway speeds with ease, no problem at all, and refinement continues to be great at those speeds and even at city speeds. So it's a refined motor and NVH insulation has been done up very well. The DCT has been paired well to the engine, as a result of which it shifts well. The upshifts, downshifts happen at a good speed. In case you want to take control of the gearbox yourself, you have these lovely paddle shifters here which give you better control of the gearbox. And in terms of driving dynamics, well, in terms of handling, please keep in mind that the Alcazar is focused on people who want a practical family vehicle that can move around more people. So keeping that in mind, it's got very good handling. It's a neutral handling vehicle, goes wherever you want it to, doesn't waver along. Its high speed stability also is quite nice, and when you are panic braking from those triple digit speeds, still it is able to hold its line. The steering is quite light, which makes easy work of traffic as well as tight parking spots. Doesn't offer too much feedback, but like I said, it's not an enthusiast's car, it's more of a family car. More importantly though, the ride quality on the Alcazar is pretty good, and again, suspension is the same as the Creta, the hardware remains the same, but some bit of calibration has been done to compensate for the additional weight, and beyond that, it's exactly the same. The result is that the ride quality is quite nice, and the Alcazar is able to iron out the road undulations as well as most of the potholes very easily. And the occupants remain largely insulated from all the movement arising due to these uneven surfaces. Also, in terms of safety, one big addition in the new Alcazar is ADAS. Level 2, it gets 19 ADAS function, and it just adds to the overall active safety. So on one of those days when you're not attentive enough, it can come in handy and save your skin. So at the end of the day, is the new Alcazar worth buying? Well, the short answer is definitely yes. It has improved on all parameters and is priced aggressively. It offers great value for money. No matter what variant you look at, no matter what powertrain combination you look at, it offers fantastic value for money. Of course, the question remains, like which I mentioned earlier, how are the petrol and diesel priced together, and why doesn't the diesel get a sunroof? Well, first of all, why doesn't the diesel get a sunroof? It's because the diesel is aimed at people who want fuel efficiency from the diesel vehicle, and it's a very fuel efficient vehicle in diesel trim. Now, if you add up the sunroof, now keep in mind that the new Alcazar already has some body stiffening and strengthening done to improve the safety, as a result of which it has gained some weight. Now, if you add on a sunroof onto it, a panoramic one, you will be adding another around about 40 kilograms to the weight. Now, when that much weight is added, the fuel efficiency will go down, which means you will need to have two variants. One with a certain fuel efficiency without sunroof. One with sunroof but with different and lower fuel efficiency. Just makes it too complicated for the assembly line, for the factory, for the dealers, and that's why Hyundai decided for diesel, no sunroof. Instead, we'll pass on that price benefit to the customer. So by saving the cost of the sunroof, and of course in diesel you also don't get any spare wheel. In the petrol you do. In diesel you get a tire kit. So by saving cost of a spare wheel and the panoramic sunroof, the diesel versions are priced exactly the same as the petrol ones except the base versions. And then when you add all of these factors and look at the value for money equation of the new Alcazar, I think Hyundai has another winner on their hands, and this I think should be more successful than the previous Alcazar.